What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new combo video. Today I figured I would do some combos following the deck profile I put up, so if you want to see that, check it out. Link should be up here in the top right. But here in this video I do have a couple of 1, 1.5, and 2 card combos just to show you guys some of the lines that I've been doing typically with the deck featuring the new support. If you guys have any combos you want to share, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. Before we hop in, quick shout out to Imperium Duelist for this Master Duel playmat. For the sleeves I'm using on my extra deck. My deck is double sleeved. I got the Imperium Pegasus sleeves on the inside, and then like some clear matte dragon shields on the outside. But yeah, if you guys want to pick up any products from Imperium, check them out at the link below, and you can use my discount code WinterKills10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please don't forget to use my affiliate link to TCG Player down in the description below. Anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase goes right back in the channel and helps out a ton. It helps out a whole wave, a whole battle ocean. Oh, a lot. I don't know where I was going with that. But either way, let's get into the first combo here. It is just 1 for 1. So we're going to activate 1 for 1, discarding Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, any monster really, to go ahead and special summon Marincess Mandarin from the deck. This is kind of an old school combo, so just kind of refresh people's memories. We're going to link into Blue Slug, activate its effect to add back this. We're going to normal summon the Mandarin, link it off for a copy of Sea Angel. We'll activate Sea Angel effect to add a Marincess spell. We're going to go ahead and add the Battle Ocean, then we'll activate the Battle Ocean. Then we're going to go ahead and use Mandarin's effect, targeting the Sea Angel, to go ahead and special summon it back out. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and link these two off into a copy of Marincess Crystal Heart. Here you can use the field spell if you would like to go ahead and equip. But then from here, we're going to go ahead and link off the Crystal Heart and the Mandarin to go ahead and summon a copy of Anemone. Anemone is currently unaffected by card effects. We want to go ahead and equip everything but the Crystal Heart. Then we'll use Anemone to target the Crystal Heart and summon it back. And then link all of these off for a copy of Bubble Reef. You could also go for your Aqua Argonaut if you would like. But yeah, I think Aqua Argonaut or Bubble Reef is probably your best bet here. And then you can go ahead and equip some Link monsters here. I probably wouldn't equip the Sea Angel. I'd probably go ahead and equip like these 3 and then use the Anemone to recycle the Sea Angel back to the extra deck. So 1.5 card, full unaffected link for either spell, trap, negate, or draw during each standby phase by banishing a water. You can also, if you're going to go for the Bubble Reef, strategically leave the Blue Slug in the grave, only equip 2, because that 600 that it's missing can just be gained back by banishing and drawing during the standby phase of your opponent's turn. So that's sort of a 1.5 card combo. A little bit better now that it can end on a spell trap interruption, which is really nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and show you guys the next combo. Alright, so the next 1 card combo is going to be with just Pascalis. Beforehand, you know, prior to the new support, this did not get you anywhere, but now it does get you into your Great Bubble Reef just on its own. Or if you have Battle Ocean in play, it can get you to Argonaut, but there's no sense of going to Argonaut if you don't have equips with it. So either way, we're going to normal summon the Pascalis and go ahead and immediately link it off for Sea Angel. We'll activate Sea Angel's effect to go ahead and add in Marincess spell, and we're going to go ahead and add Dive. We'll activate Dive, targeting the Pascalis engraved to go ahead and summon it back to the field. Then we're going to go ahead and link off those 2 for Splash Mage. We'll activate Splash Mage effect, targeting the Pascalis engraved, summoning it in defense. And then we can link off the Pascalis and the Splash Mage into Anemone. Anemone effect will target the Splash Mage. And then we can go ahead and link 4 into the Great Bubble Reef. And we can activate Anemone to go ahead and add back the Dive to our hand. And then during each standby phase, we can banish a water, draw a card, and gain 600. So, you know, between our opponent's turn and our turn, we get to draw 3 cards off this Bubble Reef, assuming it survives. And we would technically still have like another 4 cards in hand from our first combo, since that was literally just 1 card, right? So yeah, very efficient deck now. Literally any name besides the Sleepy Maiden, that's why I only play 1, gets you into your Bubble Reef still, which is really cool. Whereas before, this didn't do anything, so now thanks to Dive, we can actually do things with what was once the worst Marincess card in the main deck. So that's another 1 card combo. We'll go ahead and show you guys another. Alright, so our next 1 card combo is going to get a little bit better. We're going to start with Marincess Blue Tang, what is definitely the best normal summon in the entire deck at this point. So we're going to normal summon the Blue Tang, activate effect, and we're going to go ahead and send Sleepy Maiden from our deck to the graveyard. We're then going to go ahead and link 1 with the Blue Tang into the Blue Slug. We'd activate Blue Tang as Chain Link 2 here and Blue Slug, but we're going to go ahead and assume that we get extremely unlucky and we don't reveal any Marincess cards. But you see the potential for us, revealing other extenders like Seahorse, Spring Girl, Dive, etc., right? It can get much better, or Wave. But now that we have this back in our hand, we're going to go ahead and target the Blue Slug and summon it to the board. The protection effect is cool here, but we are going to both just, link them off to a copy of the Anemone. And then we're going to activate Anemone targeting the Blue Tang. Important here, do not target the Sleepy Maiden to bring back, because you cannot link for Sea Angel, with Maiden, because you need a level 4 or lower. So you do have to bring back the Blue Tang here. So then we're going to go ahead and link into the Sea Angel. If you wanted to, like if you weren't worried about Bell, you could not have chain blocked the Blue Slug effect with the Tang Excavate, and instead here you could arguably chain block from Ash, which is a more prevalent hand trap this format. So you go chain link 1 Sea Angel, chain link 2 Blue Tang if you wanted to. Doesn't really make too big of a difference. But either way, we're going to go ahead and add Dive here. And then from this point, we're going to go ahead and link these two into a copy of the Marincess Coral Triangle. We're going to activate Anemone effect to go ahead and add back the Blue Tang. We'll activate Triangle effect, discarding the Blue Tang that we just got back to go ahead and search Wave. And then last but not least, we're going to go ahead and summon this Blue Tang here to go ahead and link off the Coral Triangle and the Blue Tang into a copy of Marincess Aqua Argonaut. So we already have a live Wave. We have the insane follow-up of Coral Triangle in the graveyard. We're running Why Make Aqua Argonaut if we don't have Battle Ocean, but that's where we're going to use the secret graveyard effect of Sleepy Maiden to go ahead and banish it, to go ahead and equip one of our Marincess Link monsters with another Marincess Link monster in our graveyard, and we're going to go ahead and equip it with the Coral Anemone. So all off of that, this would be in the graveyard. We do have a Spell Trap Negate plus Wave. So Blue Tang alone nets you 2 interruptions, obviously so long as you don't get hand trapped, obviously. But if you ever just open up Blue Tang right in a top deck situation, this is where you're going to be your go-to play. You get a lot out of this. If you negate a spell or trap, you can bring up the Argonaut, or bring up the Anemone. This is follow-up. And then if they clear it right, you get to add back. I'd probably add back Dive or Blue Tang to kind of combo all over again. If this stays on the field, you get a bounce, you have the Wave to protect everything, and you have Coral Triangle follow-up in grave too. If you really wanted to have guaranteed Triangle follow-up, you could just equip the Slug and then negate. So that's something you could technically do. So you could leave a link 1 and a 2 in grave if your board gets completely cleared, however you want to do it. So that's it for that 1-card combo. And I think I don't have any more 1-card combos that aren't almost exactly the same as the other ones I've shown. I would show the Seahorse 1-card combo, but it's kind of the same as the the other combos I've shown with Splash Mage. So we're going to go ahead and move on to some more 2-card combos here. Alright guys, so the next combo I'm going to show you involves Swap Frog plus Seahorse. There's other variations of this combo that work with your other Marincess monsters, but I like this one the most just because, we get to use the Starlight Rare. Disclaimer, I didn't come up with this combo. I will try to leave a link to the combo video that I got this combo from. I think you guys should watch that one too. Came out a couple months ago from a smaller channel. I'll leave a link to it again in the comments or the description. So the way this combo is going to play out, we're going to normal summon our Seahorse and go ahead and just shift it over to the graveyard there for Blue Slug, and then Blue Slug is going to go ahead and add this back. Then we're going to go ahead and pitch the Seahorse to the graveyard again to go ahead and summon out the Swap Frog. And then Swap Frog is going to go ahead and dump the Ronin Toad into the grave. Then we're going to go ahead and link 2 into a copy of Anemone. We're going to activate Anemone's effect, targeting the Swap Frog effect to go ahead and send another Swap Frog to the grave. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and activate the Ronin Toad by banishing the Swap Frog from the graveyard to go ahead and summon it to the field. And then from here, importantly, you want to make sure you link off the Ronin Toad. Don't link off the Swap Frog here. That'll mess things up a great deal. And then we're going to go ahead and summon the Marbled Rock. We're going to activate Anemone's effect in graveyard to go ahead and fetch back the Seahorse. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Swap Frog's on field effect to return it to the hand to gain an additional normal summon of a frog monster, but we're not going to be using that effect. We're just going to go ahead and send the Seahorse to the graveyard to go ahead and activate Swap Frog effect one more time to go ahead and dump another Swap Frog to the grave. And then we're going to activate Ronin again by banishing the Swap Frog. And then we're going to go ahead and overlay these two for a copy of Totally Awesome. I like doing this before we use Marbled Rock effect so we can safely get this back to our hand. And then since we have not used Seahorse's in-hand effect yet, we'll go ahead and do that now. Summon it, and then link it for a copy of Sea Angel. And Sea Angel is going to go ahead and add a copy of Battle Ocean. And then we'll activate Battle Ocean. We'll link these two off into a copy of Aqua Argonaut. And Aqua Argonaut will go ahead and equip 3 to our link just like that, or Battle Ocean will equip 3. So just off of You know, those two cards, we have this board, right, which is pretty nice, but it gets a little better during the standby phase. We're going to go ahead and activate the Totally Awesome to go ahead and special summon out the Dupe Frog from our deck. And the reason why this is so important here is we have an attack lock created. Dupe Frog says that our opponent cannot target other monsters for attacks except this one. And Argonaut says, while this card is in the extra monster zone, your opponent's monsters cannot attack any monsters except this one. So there's a bit of a contradiction going on here, which makes it so your opponent cannot attack anything. Same ruling behind if you had two Dupe Frogs on the field. You know, one saying you can only attack me, but the other one saying you can't attack anything but me. So it kind of creates an attack lock. So you have the Omni negate. You're able to send off the Dupe Frog, so you can keep the Toad on field for, you know, protection during your turn. You have a Spell Trap negate, and you still have another additional 3 cards in your hand to work with. So yeah, that's one of my favorite 2-card combos. Let's go ahead and take a look at another one. Okay, so for the next 2-card combo, we have Pascalis plus the Blue Tang. Kind of similar to the 1-card Blue Tang combo, but ends on a little bit better of a board. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Pascalis, activating its effect to go ahead and summon out the Tang from hand. We'll activate Tang's effect to go ahead and send the Spring Girl from the deck to the grave. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and, I mean, it really doesn't matter which one of these you link off here, to be totally honest. We'll just go ahead and link off the Pascalis, and then we're going to go ahead and activate the Blue Slug effect to go ahead and add back the Spring Girl. The reason I didn't chain block there is just because, like, again, Bell and DD Crow, yes, in like other hand traps, like you already can't chain block things like Imperm and Veiler, so that really doesn't matter in that case whether you chain block or not. But you know, things like Bell and Crow, not as common in people's main decks currently, so you don't really have to worry about chain blocking here specifically, although you could just by linking off the Blue Tang instead. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and link these off into a copy of the Coral Anemone. Then we're going to activate Coral Anemone's effect to bring back the Blue Tang. And then we're going to link the Blue Tang off into the Sea Angel. And this is why I didn't use Blue Tang's effect earlier, because now we can chain block a more, you know, relatively more important effect here in that of the Sea Angel, to go ahead and excavate 3 and then search the spell, right? So let's say, you know, we don't get anything off our Blue Tang, but we do get our dive off of the Sea Angel. From here, we're going to go ahead and link these off into a copy of Marincess Coral Triangle. We're going to go ahead and activate the effect of Anemone first. We'll go ahead and add back the Pascalis. Now from here, before we use the Coral Triangle effect, we can go ahead and summon the Spring Girl by banishing the Blue Slug from our graveyard. And then we can go ahead and activate Dive to reborn the Blue Tang. And then from here, we can go ahead and overlay into Bahamut Shark, activating Bahamut Shark's effect to go ahead and Xyz summon out a copy of the Totally Awesome. And then we can use Coral Triangle effect here to go ahead and discard and search a copy of Wave. This should be in our graveyard as well. So right now, we can just go ahead and link these off into a copy of the Great Bubble Reef. You could go for Argonaut here if you had, per se, like Sleepy Maiden engrave, or if you had access to Battle Ocean, because that would net you 3 interruptions. But here we have, you know, the 3 draws between our standby phase, well, our opponent's standby phase and our draw and standby phase. So we get to see a lot of cards. We have Triangle follow-up. We have Wave in hand. We have an Omni negate in that of Toad. And we would still have, again, 3 more cards in our hand, maybe more, depending if we excavated or milled anything good off of our Spring Girl and Blue Tangs. So yeah, that's it for that 2-card combo. We'll go ahead and take a look at another one. Alright, so the last 2-card combo I show you guys ended on the Wave with the Toad. This one is going to end you on an Argonaut board. And there's also kind of like a cool, like, interaction here with, like, Dive and the Field Spell, so I figured I'd show that off. How you can get, like, some cool synergy out of summoning certain monsters out of your deck. So with just Blue Tang and Dive, be able to end on Aqua Argonaut plus Toad. And recycle some cards in the process. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Blue Tang, activate effect, go ahead and send the Spring Girl, and then we're going to go ahead and link off the Blue Tang into the Slug, chain link 1 Slug, chain link 2 Tang, right? And then we're going to go ahead and add back the Spring Girl. Then we're going to go ahead and summon the Spring Girl by banishing the Blue Tang, linking this off into a copy of Sea Angel, chain link 1, chain link 2, and then we're going to go ahead and add the Battle Ocean. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and activate the Battle Ocean. We'll go ahead and link these 2 off into a copy of the Coral Anemone. Coral Anemone effect will target the Spring Girl. And then we're going to go ahead and not overlay, but link these off for Marbled Rock. And then here you can go ahead and equip 2 if you would like. I would leave the Sea Angel engraved though. Then Anemone Effect will of course add back the Spring Girl, and then Marbled Rock can go ahead and add back the Sea Angel. It's also like a low-key D shifter setup if you'd like. But now we're going to activate Dive, and since we have Battle Ocean, we can summon from the deck. So we're going to summon Pascalis. Pascalis is going to go ahead and summon out the Spring Girl that we added back to her hand earlier in the combo. We're going to go for the Bahamut Shark effect, summon out Toad, and then we're going to link these off all into a copy of Aqua Argonaut since we have Battle Ocean. And we can go ahead and equip the Marbled Rock, the Coral, and the Blue Slug. And yeah, nice thing here is we do have the follow-up with Pascalis adding back Dive. And, you know, if the Coral Anemone goes, we can add back Spring Girl. And the Totally Awesome can recycle itself for, you know, Frog plays later on since we can technically afford that here. And again, we'd also have 3 or maybe more cards in our hand depending on what our blue Tang hit. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys one more 2-card combo. Okay, so the last combo I have for you guys for now is going to be a 3-card combo. I was going to show one more 2-card combo, but I think this one is pretty cool to show off just because it plays around Nibiru. So I figured I'd show this one. It is 3-card combo, but these are both Reubs, and this is a 2-of, technically a 4-of with Sign Up Mining, so not that difficult to do. And I'll probably be updating this combo video in the future when I have more, you know, time with this deck. So yeah, we're going to start by normal summoning Pascalis, activate Pascalis effect, summon Tang. Tang effect to go ahead and dump Spring Girl. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and overlay into Bahamut Shark. Importantly here, detach the blue Tang. Do not detach the Pascalis because you'll miss out on an opportunity to chain block. And then we'll summon Toad as our 4th summon. 1 Pascalis, 2 Tang, 3 Bahamut, 4 Toad. And then from here, we're going to activate the Dive, targeting the blue Tang. Go ahead and link that off into a link 1 of Slug. Chainlink 1 Slug, chainlink 2 Tang, add back Spring Girl, summon Spring Girl by banishing the blue Tang, and then we're going to link this off into the Sea Angel. Sea Angel effect to go ahead and add the Battle Ocean from our deck to our hand. And then from here, it's pretty simple. What we're going to do next, we're going to go into the Anemone. Anemone effect, target Spring Girl to summon it back to a zone that it points to. Link those off into Coral Triangle. Anemone effect, chainlink 2, field spell, chainlink 1. So we can go ahead and equip all 3 of these if we'd like, and then the Anemone will add this back, field spell equip, and then Coral Triangle effect, discard a water to go ahead and add the wave, and then we can link all of these off into a copy of the Coral Triangle, or not the Coral Triangle, the Aqua Argonaut. I'm losing my mind a little bit, and then we can activate the field spell to go ahead and equip 3 once more. So from here, we do have follow-up with the Coral Triangle. If you want to leave that engraved, entirely up to you. We have the Wave searched. We have the Toad negate again before the 5th summon. And we'd also have another 2 cards in hand, possibly 3 if we revealed anything off of the blue Tang. So yeah, and obviously you can end on better boards. You know, the more names you see off of your Spring Girl mills or your blue Tang excavates, etc., etc. So yeah, and plus hand traps too, right? So that's gonna do it for this combo video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I will be updating it at some point in the future because there's probably better combos that I could be showing, let's be honest. These are probably pretty basic combos. So if you're new to the deck or new to the deck with the new support, those are some things you can do. Deck is definitely a lot better than it was in the past. I think it still has, I don't want to say it has consistency issues. The consistency issues are like next to none right now. Like the only unplayable hands you draw are hands full of hand traps, which is like, you know, hardly a brick, and then you're pretty much like damn near guaranteed to draw Marincess name at least 1 on the next turn if you survive. And your opponent probably isn't putting up too much through 5 hand traps, right? So I think it's only like an 8% chance to not draw a single Marincess name out of the 15 that I play. But if you guys want to see the deck profile, again, link up here in the top right. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up at the bottom of the screen right now. And as always, we're gonna kill signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And like always, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members, who are Tweeter0226, Pony Start, Cadillacs84, Justin Lamb, and HCH Cyber. Thank you guys so much as always for extremely kind and generous support of the channel.